Project 4.
Now, even though we are able to set up our rover to be controlled by the motor control and the selector switch as shown in the Intro to Motor Control activity, we know that we're eventually going to want to be able to program the rover to drive through a path that we've pre-established. So we're going to do the build for our programmed driving activity. This is project number 4. And there's our diagram. So I'm going to set that where I can see it and start on my build. I'm going to start with my smart module. Now I've got a mouse and keyboard and things like that hooked up to it, but notice that I don't have it hooked to power right now. But I'm going to go ahead and place it starting at A1 and just get that to my base. And then of course I'm going to need my motor control to make the connection to the rover. And so I'm going to place it at A6. So that's in place. And then I'm going to get a 3-snap connector. And I'm going to place it beginning at E5. So E5 right in between here. Because I want to get my base set. And so now I'm going to get a 2-snap connector to go. Actually, it looks like I've got that on F. So I'm going to move that up to E. I'm going to make that connection to the ground on my smart module and place that, spin it so we can read that, and place that onto my 3 connector. And then I'm going to get a second 2-snap connector. And I'm going to connect it to the negative of my motor control. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a total of 4 of my 1000K or 1000 ohm, 1K or 1000 ohm resistors. And I'm going to place 4 of those all the way across from my smart module to my motor control to control the flow of power that's going to the motor. So I've got all 4 of those in place. So this is really my circuit. So now I'm going to pull in my rover, and you're going to see that I have my same connections to the back of the rover, following the color codes on the back of the snaps. I'm just going to place it here a little bit to the side and then make my connections once again for the rover. So my orange is going to go to the positive of the motor control, and then my white will go to the white snap. And as we learn, these are all just hooking the rover up so that the correct motors are fired to be able to control turns and speed and everything. So then I need my purple right here. And in this case, my gray is going to go to the negative of the motor control on top of that 2-snap connector. So there is my setup. And now I will be able to connect power to my Raspberry Pi and load the program as described. So there's the build for Project 4.